Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. தேடாதோற்றனல் திருவருணிதியஹத்தியகம் தீர்த்தருள் அருணாச்சலா. தைரியமோடு மெய்யகனாடையான் தட்டழிந்தேனருள் அருணாச்சலா. தொட்டருள் கைமை கட்டிடாய நீலியான் நஷ்டமாவேனருள் அருணாச்சலா. தோடலினியக தோடொன்றியன்றும் சந்தோடமுன்றிடருள் அருணாச்சலா. நகை கிடவிலை நின் நாடியனை அருள் நகையிட்டு பார் நீ அருணாச்சலா. நாணிலை நாடிட நானாயொன்றி நீ ஸ்தாணுவாய் நின்றனை அருணாச்சலா. நின்னெறிகெரித்தனை நீராக்கிடுமுன் நின்னருள் மழை பொழி அருணாச்சலா. நீனானர போலே நிதங்களிமயமா நின்றிடு நீலையருள் அருணாச்சலா. நுண்ணுருவுனையான் விண்ணுரு நண்ணிட எண்ணலை அருணாச்சலா. நூலறிவறியா பேதையனென்றன் மாலறிவரு தருள் அருணாச்சலா. நெக்கு நெக்குருகியான் புக்கிட உனை புக நக்கன நின்றனை அருணாச்சலா. நேசமில்லனக்கு உன் ஆசையை காட்டி நீ மோசம் செய்யாதருள் அருணாச்சலா. அருணாச்சல சிவ, அருணாச்சல சிவ, அருணாச்சல சிவ, 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 அருணாச்சலா.
नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः हरिः ओम्। उपासकानां यदुपासनीयम् उपात्तवासं वटशाखिमूले तद्धाम दाक्षिण्यजुषा स्वमूर्त्याम् जागर्तु चित्ते मम बोधरूपम् अद्राक्षम् अक्षीणदयानिधानम् आचार्यमाद्यं वटमूलभागे मौनेन मन्दस्मितभूषितेन महर्षिलोकस्य तमोनुदन्तम् विद्राविताशेषतमो गणेन मुद्राविशेषेण मुहुर्मुनीनाम् निरस्यमायां दयया विधत्ते देवो महांस्तत्त्वमसीति बोधम् ममाद्यदेवो वटमूलवासी कृपाविशेषात्कृतसन्निधानः ओङ्काररूपाम् उपदिश्य विद्याम् आविद्यगध्वान्तमपाकरोतु यस्यान्तर्नादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं नामगोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णा न भवति पुरुषो नानपुंसं न च स्त्री नाकारं नो विकारं न हि जनिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं तत्त्वं नो तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकम् अहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोऽहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठात्मनां सोऽहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयम्। अपारसच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि। योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचम् इमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्नाम् अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचला अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचला। For last 2 days or more than that, we were speaking about the support that we need in spiritual life. Especially for a tender creeper, a beginner. The same idea Bhagavan speaks in another song, மீகாமன் இல்லாமல் மாக்காற்று அலைக்கலம் ஆகாமல் காத்து அருள் அருணாச்சல. It is the 79th verse that later on comes. So there also Bhagavan speaks about kāṭ arul, protect me. In bhakti, sometimes you need not know what to pray. You have to just say, protect me. The very meaning for a cry is that when the child comes out of the womb, it just weeps. What is the meaning for that? And the help comes from somewhere. So that is the first sadhana that we did, not sitting like this and meditating. When you feel yourself absolutely helpless, which actually is a genuine, honest feeling, then that invokes the divine. There are verses written by great Shankaracharya himself. It is not that simply he has written only about very abstruse things. Some verses are so simple that they contain only some nama, name of the Lord, and the end comes, protect me. Only that much. He Chandrachuda Madanantaka Shulapani. This is such a verse. Only name. He Chandrachuda Madanantaka Shulapani. Sthano Girisha Girijesha Mahesha Shambho. Bhutesha Bhita Bayasudanamam Anatham. Samsara dukkha gahanade jagadisha raksha. From this samsara, the suffering of ignorance, O Lord, protect me. Only this much. So that is what we saw in the last verse. Kāṭ arul, ka Arunachala. Give me all support that is necessary for my spiritual life. There are verses, Vedic verses also like that. Let me have a healthy body so that I can do my spiritual practice. Devahitam yadayuhu. And one more principle Bhagavan told is about holding on to something emotionally. But the mind will be constantly groping, searching for holding something. But whatever it holds on to, leaves it one day giving immense pain. Everything comes and goes. You believe in some person, you believe in some object, you believe in some idea, hold on to it, that goes away. Even meditation is like that. You think today I am able to meditate, tomorrow also the same time, nothing comes. These mental states also you cannot believe. So the inner power is searching for a permanent pillar to hold. Sthanu. Shashvata. And that is not outside, that is our very being. The changeless, the truth, the satyam. And that you need not hold anyashrayanam tyagaha. You give up all other support, then you find that the very self is the support. You renounce all supports, then you find that you don't need anything. Your very being, your very existence, your very nature is deathless, is always of the nature of peace, well-beingness. It is timeless. And this is the true pattru. Pattara pattru. Give up all other pattru and you hold on to it. Give up all other holding and know. Here holding means what? Know. Know that what is in me, my real nature, my existence is the truth, satyam. It is Arunachala. Tāne tāne tattvam. The illusory ego is trying to stay here by building up many things. But when you search what this I is, then you find that the very self-image I is only a floating cloud in the mind. It is not real. In deep sleep every day you see the absence of this I thought. And in waking state also, we don't pay attention, but there is a very, very vast gap of no I state. We don't see the vacancy here. We see only people sitting. Like that, we are not aware of the no I state. We are noticing only the I. And this Chidabhasa, this apparition, this appearance in awareness is the cause for all trouble. Samsara. Jivam kalpayate purvam tato bhavan prithak vidhan. Gaudapadacharya says, the first kalpana is this jiva kalpana. There lies the attention of Bhagavan also. Constantly, Bhagavan's initiation is only that. Bhagavan's teaching, this Vedanta of Arunachala, we will put it in various stages. Before coming here, there is an objective state, Vaishayika Sthiti, Adhyatma Yoga Vaishayika Sthiti. Means their God also is an object. Brahman is an object. Atma is an object. It is imaginary. Bhavana. People hear about Even meditation, when the mind, body, everything is in order, sometimes you feel meditativeness. It comes and goes. You think about God, you hear Brahman, some feeling, imagination comes, you feel joyful. Doesn't mean anything. The first initiation here is the ahamvritti shravana. I will put it like that. You just notice, listen with the inner ear. The I thought, not the real I, the I thought. First, there is a fascination to look at the I thought. If that has happened to you, you are initiated. Even in Bhagavan's death experience, that board you see, Bhagavan says, there was a strange fascination for the mind to follow the I thought. We can call it the ahamvritti shravana. Savadhana. That means the person becomes attentive. Great attention awakens inside him, where he is noticing for the first time something very intimate and utterly simple. That is his own I thought, not the real I. Because the I thought is very flimsy, very frail. But it rules our life. It is a mantra which everyone is chanting always. No initiation needed. I. And that is mixed with every feeling, every thought, every emotion. Whether worldly life or spiritual life, it is for whom? It is for I, it is for me. Me, my. This mindness, my. Bhagavan himself, Aksharamanamalai says, my. மையை நீத்து மையினால் உனது உண்மை வசம் ஆக்கினை அருணாச்சல. So this I thought, whenever that I thought pronounces inside, protrudes, if you are able to pay attention to it, it's a strange thing that such a simple thing we do not pay attention to. Bhagavan simplified the whole thing by saying that it is the mind. Mind means thoughts, and every thought is like a balloon which contains only the I thought. The air inside is this I thought. So when you have the feeling of this I, you just notice, actually, you cannot have the so-called feeling in any other thought. Any thought becomes a feeling when there is a little varnish of the I thought. A little painting of the I thought. A little bit of touch of the I. It becomes alive. Even God is like that. My God. When we feel, we also say, my God. My problem, international problem, I am not concerned. It is just a news. When it becomes my problem, it becomes a feeling. You feel it. Otherwise, there is only like a printed notice, thoughts are there, that's all. You get connected with it when it touches your eye. And first entry to this enquiry is this attention to I. Aham vritti shravana. Aham vritti aikagriyata. Attention is towards this aham vritti. Bhagavan tried to help the deserving ones to look at it. That is why if someone asks some doubt, instead of answering the doubt, Bhagavan will say, find out who is having this doubt. Answering doubt is not going to help you. I am not speaking about the physical or mental, but deeper into this, in the center, some answer is not going to help you. Here we are scrutinizing the center, which is seeking the answer. So who is having this doubt? Doubt the doubter. You know, when you want to meditate, you ask, who is the meditator? Then you can find the column of fire, the Kartikai Deepam in your center. In the top of the hill, if you go there, they would have kept a big tin can. Inside is the fire. Like that is this body. It is the kudam, what we call the kudam. And the lamp inside is the kutastha chaitanya. The flame inside, which is shining as the I am. Ardranjalati jyotirhamasmi. Jyotirjvalati brahmahamasmi. Yohamasmi brahmahamasmi. Ahamasmi brahmahamasmi. Aham evahamasmi. The Vedic mantra is, I am that I am. It's not simply in the, where does it come? The Old Testament? Is it in the Old Testament? Yes, yes. So I am that I am is not simply there. It is there here also. Aham evahamasmi. I am that I am, and I offer the I into the flame of the I. Mam juhomi swaha. So this is the real yajna, the real meditation sacrifice. So the whole focus, the only purpose of Bhagavan is to turn your focus towards this I. And many of Bhagavan's devotees, they used to say his very look was that. He will not look at your body. It was like an X-ray vision. Directly looking into the center where this flame is, the I is. Pāramal yenai pārpan. Muruganar sang. Pāramal yenai pārpan. He is the seer. He will not see, he will see without seeing. Without looking at the body, the mind. It is an art in itself. That is why that very look used to kindle the fire inside. Through the eyes, the eye will come and touch the eye inside. Awaken the eye. Many had this experience sitting in front of Bhagavan. The flame of I is kindled. Suddenly they feel the I thought pronouncing itself, becoming pronounced, becoming sharp, seeking all attention. Ahangraha. It becomes so possessive. It possesses your attention. And the entire focus is on the I within. Aham, aham, aham. Once that has happened, this is the basic step. This is a great step towards the enquiry. Before that you are doing japa, you are doing puja, you are doing giri pradakshina, you are reading books, you are listening. It is all like any other activity in the world, perhaps a little bit better. You are inside the kshetra, the field. Perhaps better than having anger, jealousy, desire, better than that. But now you jump out of the field. And the key is, the passing gate is this, you are the gate. The center of feeling is this I. It's a magic actually. And all of you are listening. When the talk is not getting connected with the I, you will sit like this. The moment you get connected with it, nobody need to teach you sitting in Padmasana and straight like a hooded serpent. The body will wake up. Because Bhagavan says in talks in one place, the I thought is Kundalini. When you rightly awaken it, right from the lowest portion of the spine to the head, it will become erect. Because it is the fire. So this attention on the I is the first aham vritti shravana. Aham vritti avadhana. Once a person has stumbled upon this, recognize the value of this, the touch of Arunachala has come. And then comes the inquiry into the I. What is this I? Holding on to this I. Attention is focused on this I feeling. Because this rules the life with anger, with desire, with will, with activity. Everywhere it is mixed. So by constantly asking who is this, what is this, looking at this I, then you find that this I thought is getting churned. Nadi mathana. Bhagavan says nadi mathana. All the nerves inside, they get churned. Everywhere the I is there. The churning happens. Then the I, the feeling of I, reveals itself as pure consciousness, something connecting to the truth. You cannot. It is not that mere existence, but it gets refined. Chit Shakti. It is also, see, in that state only the joy comes, the current, the real ajapa japa. You are not doing japa, but japa is happening inside. You are not doing japa, you are just coming in contact with the stream of japa. I liked that usage. I think it is Srota. Srota-jit. In English they translate it as, in the Buddhist literature, they call it the stream winner. The Sroto-jit. Srota means the current. Bhagavan uses the word I current. That I thought, now it is like the inner Ganga. You come in contact with a deeply fulfilling current within. Many have written about it. Those who know that language, they have written about the presence of that current in Bhagavan's Sannidhi. Kunju Swami used to say it as the dhara. As the dhara. Dhara means the current, the stream. The I thought, devoid of matter, devoid of mind, is like a river of fire. Spandana. It just overflows with silence, mauna, shanti, peace. That is what everybody came in contact with in Bhagavan's presence. Especially when he sits in that state, holds on to that inner mantra. That was a sight for gods to see. That Mauna Sadhu has written about it as the strange, imperceptible worship, silent worship. Outwardly there is no worship. In Sri Vidya they say samayachara. No outward worship. But inwardly some strange yajna happens. You feel. You come in touch with something which refreshes you, which awakens you, which replenishes you. A kind of current of mauna. And this is the nididhyasana, what they call the nididhyasana, constant contemplation on the self, which leads to the nirvikalpa, the mauna, the shanti. So here the illusion of the I is removed. Suddenly you recognize that you are the infinite Brahma. Next verse, Bhagavan says, Arunachala gave me that in a trice. In former days, when people used to walk through lonely jungle, forest area, if they are carrying wealth, the thieves, they will come and put some hypnotizing dust in their face. Podi. They will collapse and take away all their wealth. A very common thing. Bhagavan uses that example that Arunachala did that. In the Sri Rudram, in the Vedic hymn, the Rishi calls Shiva as the greatest of the thieves, robbers. Taskaranam pataye namaha. He is the Pati. Pati means the leader of Taskara. Taskara means robber. And Bhagavan here says, what you did is, Poḍiyān mayak-kiyen yen bōdat-taip parit-tun un bōdat-taik kāṭ-tinai Arunachala. Casting a spell using a mesmerizing magic powder, you have robbed me of my bodha. Chukkupodinu enga irukku? Chukkupodinu potirukku. Chukka chukka. சொக்கு பொடியாகவே தான் இருக்கணும், சுக்கு இல்லை. அதுதான் பார்த்தேன். சுக்கு பொடி தான் நீங்கள் கொடுத்துருக்கீங்களே. Chokkanatha Perumal. Shiva is called Chokkanatha. In his presence, you just become nobody, nothing. When there is blazing light, you become blinded. So in this song, Bhagavan says, Arunachala, you removed my, in fact, you made me forget myself. And in that place, I saw you. There is a story of Namadeva, that from his childhood he was very closely associated with Krishna as Vitthal, Panduranga. Krishna used to come to him and play with him. And he was very happy because he is seeing Krishna as Panduranga. So he thought that is enough for him. And once Panduranga told him that you should have association with other saints. My other devotees are there. Jnaneshwara is there. Nivrittinatha, Sopanadev, Muktabai. They are children, small children. What a great period it might have been. They were all Jivan Muktas, liberated beings, And the elderly one is 20 years. And younger one is 18 years. And the younger to him is, in fact, when this story happens, the youngest, Muktabai, was only 5 years old. These children, they were all liberated beings. And the beauty is, they were having a very poor life. Because the whole society considered him as fallen. Because their father took to sannyasa and then again came back to family life. After that, these children were born. So they were all considered as fallen. And they were living away from the village in a jungle. One day the elderly boy got lost in forest. Somewhere they went there to take dry twigs, fuel. Suddenly they found that the elderly one was missing. Nivrittinatha was missing. And that too, when they heard the roar of a tiger, he was missing. All others reached their home. They were living alone. And after 1 or 2 days, the elderly one returned, but not the boy who was lost. When he came back, he was like a blazing light, radiant. The story is that, that they were searching for dry twigs in the forest. They were picking up. At that time, a great master, Gahaninath, he made the sound of the tiger. And somehow enticed the elder one to his cave. And there, the highest knowledge was imparted to him. How? Not by sadhana. The story goes that he just gave him a hug and the right ear whispered to him the truth. It's just like you have the wick, put the fire over. And said, give it to Jnaneshwara, your younger brother. Only that much. See, jnanam is utterly simple. The problem is we are not ready to take it, that's all. The boy returned next day like a column of fire. These children, younger ones, they were all weeping because they missed their dear brother, and here he comes. And the first thing that happened is Jnanadeva went and hugged his elder brother, and Nivrittinatha hugged him and whispered something in his ear. Over. Jnanadeva, that person is no more there. The divine light was shining in him also. He did the same to his younger brother Sopana and to that little child, Muktabai. Like handing over the torch. Yaneshwara's book, Amrita-Anubhava, where he has written 4 Sanskrit verses. And the first verse he says, my Ishtadevata, my God, my Daivatam, my Devata is Nivrittinathakyam Daivam Ashraye. He says, Nivrittinatha is my Daivam. Nivrittinatha is my God. And who is Nivrittinatha? His elderly brother, only 1.5 years old. Elderly. They were playing together, but he saw Nivrittinatha as Brahman. And these children, Panduranga connected Namadeva to them. And they were all having a congregation in the house of a potter. And that potter, Kulala, Ghorakumbar, he was also a jnani. And he used to make pots, mud pots, and after taking it out of fire, he will use a stick to see whether the pot is well baked. So that stick was there. This little child, she took it and asked Ghorakumbar, Mama, what is this? She asked. And Ghorakumbar said, I will do like this, whether the pot is. So with the stick, I will just knock at every pot to see whether it is well baked. So she said, all of this sitting here, all these saints, let me see whether each pot is well baked. And she took the stick and went to every one sitting there, and in their head gave a knock. And everyone bowed down, but Namadeva, he was feeling, I am special. Vithala is with me, they are playing with me. So he refused to get it. Then Muktabai said, this is the only unbaked pot, unripe pot. He felt hurt, insulted, crying. He was like a child. He went to Vithala, Panduranga. Vithala said, what can I do? When someone tells you the truth, you should be able to take it. He said, you are also with them? Yes, I am always with them. See, I have seen you, you are playing with me, that is all right. But you have to know me as a higher thing, higher principle. So, who will give me? You teach me. I cannot teach because you consider me as a friend. You need a guru. So, who is my guru? You go to Jnaneshwara. That boy? Yes. So, Vittala sent him to Jnaneshwara. Jnanadeva said, you are elderly to me. You go to Naganatha temple. There is a Shiva temple here. You go there. There is a saint, Shobha Kechari. How will I recognize? You will recognize him or he will recognize you. Go there. So Namadeva went there. He found a strange sight. A very old person was lying down, almost naked. And his feet was resting on a Shivalinga. Namadeva felt very bad. I don't want such a teacher. He was about to return. Then that old man said, oh Namadeva, Jnaneshwara has sent you here. No mobile phone, nothing. How did he recognize? So he went there, did a namaskara and said, hey Mahatma, you have kept your feet on a Shivalinga. Is it right? That old man said, is it a Shivalinga there? Is there a Shivalinga? I am very poor sight for me. I am not able to move my leg. Please take my leg and put it on another side where there is no Shivalinga. In fact, what he said is where there is no Shiva. Namadeva took his 2 feet, his whole body shivered. He was able to put it on this side. There was another Shivalinga there. He put it on another side. There was another. Everywhere he was feeling a Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. At last, you know what he did? He took both those feet, put it in his head. And he himself became Shiva. The ego was removed, the Jiva Bhava was removed, the I thought was removed. Gone. He became enlightened. After that, he did not go to see Vittala. Bhagavan used to narrate this story with so much of emotion, so much of bhakti, so much of joy. Next day, Vittala came, knocking at his door. Namadeva asked, who is that? Vittala said, I have come. And then Panduranga from outside the door asked, who is inside? Namadeva looked at himself because he has to answer. And he said, all these years I was thinking that within me is me. But now I know that in me also you alone exist. Here also there is no I, Vitthala, only you exist. You search for the I and you find that the I is not there. There is only the divine, Arunachala. Koham bhava yutah kuto varadhiya drishtvatmanishtatmanam soham spurtitaya Arunachala Shiva purno vibhati swayam. Searching for what is this I, you dive deep into yourself and find that Arunachala Shiva shining. No I. The same thing Bhagavan speaks here, Poḍiyān mayak-kiyen. You just casting a spell using a mesmerizing magic powder. Here it means what? The Mahavakya. There is a song about yānān Swami, Tapovanam. It's about 35 kilometers from Tiruvannamalai. There is an ashram. And there was a great saint, Jnanananda. He will look like a very child. Very sweet smile, sitting like this in Chinmudra. In many of his photos you can see, he will be sitting like this. And one devotee wrote a poem, a song, this is Chinmudra, but in those days, most of the people, they used to have snuff. Snuff, many people even do not know now. Tobacco. It's tobacco powder. We do not know who found such things. With that powder, Bhagavan has given us 2 holes here so that the prana can go inside and come out. Through that you put this tobacco powder. People found all these things. So, that people will keep like this, I've seen in my younger days, many, even very spiritual people also used to have it. One Swami, he will take, whenever he wants to express some spiritual idea, he will take this snuff and keep it like this. 1 hour, heated argument or speaking about something, after that he will put it here. Forget to put inside. So this is podi. Podi means the snuff powder. So this Swami is sitting like this, Jnanananda, and there is a song, it says, Tata Tata Podigudu. Tata means, what its translation, grandfather will not do. How will you call? Grandfather, grandpa. But that doesn't look like Tata. You need some meaningless word. So here it says Tata Podikudu. Give me that powder. And the old lady is there. Party, vazhividu. Party is Maya, that old lady. He says, Guru, you give me that magic powder, and Maya, you just give me way so that I can see Shiva. Tata kodutha podi kaattodu pochu. That powder went directly into the pathway of prana. It is mantra actually. So here, Poḍiyān mayak-kiyen. The Podi is, this is Mahavakyupadesha, Tattvamasi. Even without uttering a word, the message is given to you by this Chin Mudra. Dakshinamurti sits like this. This thumb is Brahman. And this index finger is Jiva. Because with this only you say I, you, he. And this thumb will not do anything by itself, but without it you cannot do anything. So this index finger is bent towards the thumb, means the Jiva is Brahman. Without uttering a single word, Yo Bhadraya Mudraya, by that auspicious sign, the message is transmitted that you are the truth, you are Brahman. This is the Chin Mudra. So Poḍiyān mayak-kiyen, by giving that Podi of Tattvamasi, you are that. The so-called Jiva Bhava, ego, is removed. In Bōdat-taik parit, Arunachala, you just removed, robed me of my ego sense. Un Bōdat-taik kāṭ-tinai Arunachala, you revealed your consciousness in the same spot. The Jiva Bhava is removed and the Shiva Bhava is revealed. The flimsy, frail I thought is removed, and there you find the infinite whole, Purna. And all this happened by Podi, means the Chin Mudra. One word. Sometimes a great teacher can express this by silence. Vakkirandhu niraindhu ninrador vakkiyap porulanavan. Satyamangalam Venkatramaniya sang about Bhagavan, where he said, he is the implied essence of Mahavakya, and in his presence the words, they just melt away, and only the essence, the mauna, the silence, the experience reigns supreme. The words become secondary, the silence, the mauna. It directly conveys the truth. The Jiva Bhava is totally removed. In Bōdat-taik parit, Tiruvachakam Manikavachakar expresses in a different way, Shiva, you do not know business. Emanda Shonagiri. Tamil they say, Emandana enna translate pandrathu. Gullible. Arunachala is very gullible. He is a simpleton. He does not know how to do business. Because he gave himself and took me. The barter system. தந்தது உந்தனை கொண்டது எந்தனை சங்கரா யார் கொலோ சதுரன். Between yourself and me, who is more smart? Manikavachakar is saying, I am smarter than you. Because yān adaindadu ānandam. I have attained bliss. I do not know what you got by taking me. Tandadu undanai kondadu endanai shankara yar kolo chadurar. So it means only this, that the jiva bhava disappeared, vanished. The I thought vanished, and there is something vast, infinite, whole, purna, deathless. Poḍiyān mayak-kiyen bōdat-taip parit-tun bōdat-taik kāṭ-tinai Arunachala. In this song, Bhagavan says it all happened with such simplicity. Sometimes this profound experience comes with such directness, simplicity. And mostly when it happens like that, then only it stays true. It is not the fruit of any effort. It is perfect jnanam, recognition. Suddenly you see that I don't exist. And only He is there. In one moment you recognize the truth. There was one, I've quoted it many times, 1 minute wisdom, which used to come in Mountain Path. A very well-known book it is, Anthony de Mello, where the disciple is asking the master how much time it will take to realize the truth. And the master says, perhaps 1 minute. It's a question mark. And the disciple says, 1 minute, is it not too brief? Then the master says, it is 59 seconds long. You need only this much time. How much time it will take you to recognize something already you have it, like wearing the glass spectacles. I am searching for it here, there. Where did I keep it? And through that, and somebody tells you, you have it in your nose. Oh, and you feel ashamed that you searched for it. With such simplicity, you come to recognize the truth. The usual example which Bhagavan used to give is about Janaka, that he came in a horse and asked Ashtavakra to enlighten him. Ashtavakra gave him the Upadesha. He said, come down. He was about to jump from the horse, that stirrup. One feet on the stirrup, another feet lifted. In that moment, he got it. So you get it like this, and to stay there, not to leave it, not to again fall into delusion. There lies the power. As Bhagavan used to very often quote from Kaivalyanavanitam, the disciple got it. He fell prostrate before the master, and with bhakti, with love, with tears in his eyes, he says, oh, so many births you were following me to give me this treasure. And in this birth you appeared before me and gave me this knowledge. For this what can I pay you back? The disciple is expressing his bhakti. Ayyane, ananta janmangal yanadule yanayanda meyyane. Upadeshikka velivanda guruve potri. So many buds you were inside me and giving me, whispering this wisdom, but I failed to listen. Now coming out and speaking to me in a language which I can understand. You are waking me up. Upadeshikya velivanda guruve potri. Uyyave mukti nalgum udavikki. This great help that you have rendered to me. That is giving me liberation, freedom. Uyyave mukti nalgum udavikki. Or udavi nayen. I am just like a street dog. Whatever I get, I eat. Through all the senses, I consume things in the world. I am worthless to me. You gave this beatific state, for which what can I offer you? Seyyumarundrum kanin. Tiruvadi potri potri. I will just again and again fall at your feet. Nothing else. And the teacher just smiled. You know, this song, one old lady was there in ashram, Ramanacharana kitchen, Shankaramapati. She was a very child widow those days. We cannot even understand that situation, and lived all her life studying, absorbing the teaching. And when she came to Tiruvannamalai, saw Bhagavan, she just surrendered and was working in ashram kitchen, serving in ashram kitchen. And one day Bhagavan was standing there alone after the lunch. She went and did namaskara to Bhagavan, chanting this verse from Kaivalya Navanita. She said, "O Lord, you were within me for so many births, but I did not get it. But you took this form now and appeared before me to tell me the truth. Now I have got it. What can I give you back?" And Bhagavan smiled and said, adakku badil adutha paatla irke. Bhagavan said, the answer for this is there in the next verse. And what is the next verse? Shishya nivaru kura. When the disciple expressed his bhakti, love, like this, Deshikan magilundu nokki. That Guru is Deshika. One who points out the truth is Deshika. So the Deshika looked at him with so much happiness. Kittavayanave azhaithu. And he said, come near. Dushtamam tadaigal moondrum todarada vannam. Without again falling back to ignorance. Without again having delusion, imaginary problems. Ajnana, viparita jnana, and without again getting confused by doubt. To stay established in what you got, that is the only offering that you have to give to me. Nothing else. In another song, the teacher tells the disciple, go back without looking. Don't turn back, walk. You have got the truth. Now prove it by your life. Deshikan magilundu nokki kittavayanave azhaithu dushtamam tadaigal moondrum todarada vannam. Very powerful. Swarupa jnana nisthana iruppayagil nee seyyum udaviyame. Udavi means the help. Guru is seeking a help. He says to the disciple, you can also give me a help. That is by remaining established in that truth. This is the greatest help that you can give me. I am also seeking this help from you. Swarupajnana nishthanayirupayagil. Swarupajnana nishtha. Nishtha means establishing. Firmly clear in the intellect. Mentally no oscillation. And abiding in it as awareness. Tad buddhayaha, tad atmanaha, tad nishthaha, tad parayanaha, gachanti apunaravartim, jnana nirdhuta kalmashaha. All ignorance, dust of ignorance is just blown out by the power of jnana. And there is firm abidance in one's real nature, one being. Atmanishtha. And this is the help that you can do. So the Poḍiyān by the dust, by the magic bhasma, you can say the bhasma of jnana. When you go to a Shiva temple, they will give you bhasma. And that bhasma is this tattvamasi, mahavakya. Poḍiyān mayakki is not real mayakkam. It is waking you up actually. Awakening you from ignorance because you are dreaming. And somebody wakes you up, the dream personality disappears. In dream, you are suffering. In dream, you are in trouble. We have written it in our Gita commentary also. What is the difference between an avatara, an incarnation, and guru? Suppose you are going in a ship. Just for sake we will say, you are one of the travelers in Titanic. And suddenly you realize that you are going to sink. The ship is sinking. And you are crying. And the person who is sleeping near you is hearing this. You are dreaming. Nobody asked you to see that movie. And you have carried that movie to your dream. And you have become a character in that ship. And you are suffering. The person near you can wake you up. The moment he wakes you up, you find there is no Titanic, no ocean, no shipwreck, no problem, no I there. Disappeared. This is Guru. You know what is Avatara? He is a yogi, he is power. He enters your dream with another ship to rescue you. And in the dream, inside the dream, he helps you to come out of the problem, and inside the dream, you feel peaceful. And then you find, at last when you wake up, the dream shipwreck, the dream rescual operation, the dream help that was rendered by the dream personality is all dream. Anadi mayaya suptaha yada jiva prabudhyate ajam anidram aswappanam advaitam budhyate tada. As Gaudapadacharya says, for eternal period I have been sleeping and dreaming, and the Lord came to me as my Sadguru, woke me up from the dream. The dream vanished. The dream personality also vanished. Ajam anidrama swapnam, the birthless, sleepless, dreamless. Advaitam buddhyate tada, the non-dual principle alone shines forth. So this is the thing. Poḍiyān mayak-kiyen bōdat-taip parit-tun bōdat-taik kāṭ-tinai Arunachala. For Bhagavan, Arunachala is his Sadguru. And what does the Guru does? He just removes the ego, the ajnana, the ignorance, and gives that Brahmanubhuti, Brahmajnana. In one moment I know that I am not the Jiva. I am that Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhavam Vastu. The eternal, pure, ever awakened, free. That pure consciousness, that infinity, Satchidananda. This awakening happens in a trice, just like putting in dust. The mantra goes inside and the person wakes up. And the Jiva Bhava is gone, in Bōdat-taip parit, and what remains is Unbodham, Shiva Bodha. Jiva Bodha is gone, Shiva Bodha alone is there. Jiva Ahankara is gone, only Shiva is there. The I thought is scrutinized and found that the I thought is unreal. What is there is pure consciousness, profound peace, Satchidananda. So that is the song today we saw. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. When the sun rises, this is the Sunday. So the housemaker has disappeared. As Buddha's story goes, I found the housemaker. The housemaker disappeared. So we have lot of time today. Yato mama atma bhavasi tvameva tato na vachyam mama kinchidasti yathata veshtam kuru mam tathaiva tvam atmanatham ramanam bhajami.